Yo, what is going on, investors? Welcome back to the channel. My name's Jason, and in today's episode, I want to give you my brand new price target for SoFi stock. It's been a crazy, rocky few months for SoFi investors. So if you're already a SoFi investor or you're thinking about investing in SoFi, you're going to want to stick around for this video. All right, let's get into it. Before we get started, if you guys could do me a huge favor, hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. It really does help get into that YouTube algorithm. So we would appreciate you guys just taking 1 second, subscribing to the channel and hitting that like button. Okay, so in today's episode, we're going to go over my buy, hold, or sell rating on SoFi and what is my price target for 2024. And I'm also going to give you guys a bonus price target for 2025. We haven't seen really any increase at all in the stock price in the first 2 quarters with SoFi. It's been not great even the last few years. If you've been a SoFi investor for over 24, 36 months, you are underwater most likely, or right around break even. I know most people have been accumulating in that $6 to $9 range, and if you were really early with SoFi, you were buying at $15, $16, maybe even $20 per share. My price average for all my shares of SoFi, I own around 4,000 shares, is right around $10, but I've been selling covered calls, so my actual cost basis is much less than that. All right, I want to take you over to TipRanks and Market Beat and see what these analysts are saying about SoFi. If you take a look at your screen, we're going to go onto marketbeat.com. Type in SoFi and you get to see all these analyst forecasts, right? So right now, based on 19 analysts that reported to MarketBeat, there's a hold rating on SoFi. The consensus price target is $9.08, which is about 28% upside. The high forecast $14, average $9.08, and the low forecast $3. And you can look at current forecast 1 month ago, 3 months ago, and 1 year ago, all the buys and sells. It looks like a lot of people are moving into that hold range for SoFi. But if you look from 1 year ago, the consensus price target has went up and up and up. So that is a good thing for SoFi investors and potential SoFi investors, right? So it seems like every few months, that price target gets inched up and inched up. And that's probably because SoFi now has 2 positive EPS quarters in the bag. Only a few more to go before we could potentially be included in the S&P 500. So there are 0 strong buys, 6 buys, 9 holds, and 3 sells in May of this year so far. If you take a look at the chart, the hold is getting thicker. The sells is about the same, but the buys are also going down just a little bit. And this is SoFi's price target by month. As you can see in 2021, I mean, if you were buying SoFi over $20 a share back in 2021, when they didn't even sniff profitability at all whatsoever, and now with 2 actual quarters of positive EPS in the bag and the price target's only $8 or $9, to me, as someone who analyzes stocks pretty regularly, that makes 0 sense to me at all whatsoever. That was almost 3 years ago. The amount of revenue, the amount of actual people using SoFi, all those metrics were considerably lower back in 2021. If you take a look back in 2021, we only had 2.2 million members. Now we're over 8 million members. And by the end of the year, guys, we're going to hit over 10 million active members with SoFi. I know a lot of people hate these little fees they're putting on people who aren't active with their accounts, but they want to have accurate numbers, right? So if you're going to be a member and not use the SoFi app, they would rather you not be on the app at all than to be on it and not use it. So I think that's why SoFi and Anthony Noto are issuing those little penalties for people that are members but aren't currently active. Now let's take a look at some of these analysts from MarketBeat that are giving their price targets. Deutsche Bank was at $12 per share. They lowered their price target to $11, which is still 62% upside. Needham & Company buy and reiterated their buy position and a $10 price target. Wedbush reiterated their rating from underperform to underperform and has a $3 price target. I would like to give you the middle finger, Wedbush, but that's not appropriate for YouTube. Okay, and then now on to Citigroup. Buy and buy. They initiated coverage, $11 price target from Citigroup. And then we have Key, Bruyette, and Woods underperformed to market perform. They went from a $650 price target to a $750 price target. And then Jefferies Financial Group lowered their target, but they still gave it a buy rating. Their original price target was $15 down to $12. And then back in January, Morgan Stanley, equal weight to underweight, $7 to $6.50. Goldman Sachs went from $7 to $8. And the last for this year was Mizuho, a buy rating to a buy rating, but they lowered their price target from $15 to $12. Okay, now we're going to take a look at another comparable website, which is TipRanks. Right now they have 18 ratings, 5 buys, 10 holds, and 3 sells with an $8.91 1-year price target. High $14, average $8.91, low $4. They lock a lot of this information. One thing you also want to do is kind of investigate who these analysts are. So David Chiaverini, who's a notorious bear on SoFi, gave a $4 price target and a sell rating. But if you look at his success, it's not very good, right? 151 out of 335 have been losers. So he's pretty much batting 500 with stock prices. And I know my stock advisor, if you're batting 500, that means we're saying stagnant and we're not making money. So you got to take what some of these guys say with a grain of salt. But we have the guy from Citigroup with a buy, $11, Mike NG. And you got to look at their ratings, 59% success rate, 51% success rate, 62%. So you go and look at some of these guys that you want to be batting over 50, 60% in my opinion. 64% gave it a hold and a $9 price target. So there's a myriad of different guys. One of the higher ones is Andrew Jeffries from Truist Financial, but his average return is 13%, which is okay. It's not great. But he's been successful with 65% of his stock picks. Now that we went over some of what these analysts are saying, what is my price target for SoFi stock for 2024? So I originally thought we were going to be able to hit that $14 to $15 range by the end of 2024. But in my opinion, SoFi is still a buy, but we're not going to get to that range in my opinion. I'm lowering my price target to $11. That is my price target for 2024, $11 for SoFi. We're in that $7 range right now, so that is some considerable upside from this point if you're looking to get in or buy more shares of SoFi. My stock price projection for 2025 for SoFi is $20 per share. I just think with all these institutions starting to buy, we went from 39% to over 42% in just a couple months. I think that pattern is going to continue, guys. And we're going to get into that. Over 50% of the shares outstanding will be owned by institutions by the end of 2025. And that's going to get us to that $20 price target for SoFi. All right, guys, let me know in the comments below. What is your price target for SoFi in 2024? And what is your price target for SoFi in 2025? I would love to hear it in the comments below. Don't forget to like and subscribe. We really appreciate you guys tuning in. Thanks again. Peace.